Seventh-day Adventist, but yet they will tell us what to do, what to eat, and what not to eat. We had to go in the choir, and we had to dress certain ways, be with certain people. And for me, it was like a funny routine, to be honest. It was like a funny routine. When I would see Christian, I'll say, man, poor you. Like, I'll feel sorry for them. Because the Bible itself, it promises things, and I don't see them happening to those Christians, right? But that was my aspect of view on Christianity. And then, so my mom she had these people like the witness of Jehovah coming over. They will talk, they discuss about the Bible. I'll come, I'll just pass, and I'll say it's the same thing, same story over and over again. And then one day my mom told me, one day we'll be in a place where you don't have to worry about clothes, you don't have to worry about what you eat. You're gonna have as much food as you want, and you can go to school and do whatever you want. And I said, in my mind, because again, I never wanted to discourage my mother, so I'll say yes, and I'll show her that I actually believe what she's saying, in a way that she will not be discouraged of what she's telling me, right? So, yeah, she had, not me. Not me, and I didn't have that faith. It's especially, I cannot say hate, but I really had this way to see God as if he sees his people suffer and just look at them and be like, you guys are, and make fun of them, because he's in heaven. Heaven is where all the Christianity wants to go, right? Like, you here at the end goal is to be in heaven, right? And I'll see God, okay, he's in heaven, Christianity is suffering, instead of coming down here and help them and step in and do something for them. But yet, nothing was mostly done for Christianity. And that's how I saw it. So it's not how it's written. I'm just saying my aspect on Christianity. Yeah. And so she started doing her processes of coming to Canada, and she praying a lot. And for me, I'll see her praying, and the more she prayed, the more I'll feel sorry for her her praying. And I never discouraged anyone who had a message, who had a purpose of believing in God. So if you believe in God, I'll never discourage you. I'll say, good, this man he's a strong believer, right? And I mean, you're a Christian, only the worst things happen to you, and you still believe. I had respect for Christianity. But one day we had a chance to be interviewed to come in Canada. And then this lady, so they have to take a blood test of every person, take a blood test and all that. Now, I never liked needles. And I just never liked needles. Needles were the things that I hated the most. I think all the kids been there, right? Like, you never liked needles. But, and then the needle that we had, it was in our capital city. And it was from UNICEF. UNICEF, it's people from all over, people work from the organization. So I got my needle, and when I stepped in the room, it was a white lady. So for me, it was the first time seeing a white person. It was my first time seeing a white person. So I stepped in, I walk in, and the first thing, she had a needle. She had a needle in her hand. And I was like, wow, my mom prayed a lot. So I walk in, and she had a needle, and she said, I have to take your blood. And if you guys watch movies, taking someone's blood, it's bad thing in the movies, right? And then I said, I didn't like it. So few people had to hold me in order to take my blood. And then when they hold me, so if they put too much pressure and you flex your muscles, and it does not come. Yeah, exactly. So they did the first one, they said, oh, we have to do it again. And I was like, oh man, how great, right? And they did it again. And this time they had the blood. And it was from not so long, we came to Canada. Now I started to see more of white people. And I had friends with them. For me, it was interesting to see people have different skin than me and still have the ability to talk, to communicate. I was just like, how can it's a whole different thing, right? And Asians, I've never seen Asians which were completely different. So look at them and say, man, God has created people in a way different, in so many different ways. And then I'll just to skip more. And one day I came in and I was like, I saw Brother George in our house. I was coming from school. I was late. And from my school, so a little bit of the history of my school. My school is that when you go there, there's a group of people. So there were people who were, not so good with education, but also not good with other people. I wanted to be safe most of the time, so I wanted to stay with those people that they fear the most, so that way I'm feared by other people. So one day they went to fight. Now I hated fighting. Fighting is like the most thing that I hate the most. To fight, to see blood coming out of someone, that I hated that. I really never liked that. When they went to fight and I was there with them, I was cut in the middle of that. And what was the fight about is that they were trying to give us drugs, but I said I don't, because from my young age I said I'll never smoke and I'll never drink, because I saw what with my dad, and I saw what happened, right? Yeah, I saw the consequences. So I said I'll never do this. I'll never smoke and I'll never drink, because it affects my mind and I don't think straight and I do something. So I said no, I'm not gonna take drugs. They started hitting us, and I said, look, man, if I do think straight, I do not want to fight you. You don't fight me, and we're good. And okay. So that was the first time I got stabbed in Canada. I never got stabbed. That was my first time getting stabbed. It was by small knives, but I never wanted to show my mom that this happened to me to school. Yeah, exactly. So she'll not fear again and stress. And so I went home. I ran straight up to my bedroom, tried to change a t-shirt. I found another t-shirt to change up. But because most of you are parents, when your kid is not feeling well or something is up with them, you know this. You know this, and you can tell. And my mom looked at me and said, "What's wrong with you? Why are you moving so funny?" And I didn't know what to say, because I knew she will know. Like it's those time of you kind of moment where if I lie, she'll detect the lie and it gets even worse. Yeah. So I told her. I tried to tell her, but I said something happened at school, and then she said, "Did you get hit?" And I said, "Yeah," because it's a little softer than getting stabbed, right? It's softer than getting stabbed. So I said, yes, I got hit. And she said, this is what I told you, don't start to come back earlier at home. And the story was over, and she never knew that something happened. Well, after the days, I told her. And then she told me, stop hanging out with this kind of people. If you know the term, tell me who's your friend, and I told her who you will be in the future, right? So I figured, she started telling me those proverbs, and I said, Mama, I've heard this from a young age, you've been telling me this. And she said, yeah, but you never put it in your life, and you never make this. Sometimes you hear words, but when you make them come alive, then they have an effect on you when you put them in your life. But I never done that. So when I first met Brother George in the house, I didn't like the Bible. I didn't like to study the Bible. Like, I don't know if he shared this with you, but I never liked the Bible, because I knew what had happened to my mom, right? And for seeing George coming to my house, and it was the first, one of the first guys coming, the early people coming to my house to start to preach about the gospel. So I was about to go to soccer. I came downstairs. I see him sitting in the sofa. I looked. I was about to come. I left, because I saw the Bible, and I was like, no, I know what is this about. And my mom called me. She said, she said in my Swahili, like in Swahili language, she said, "Where's your manners? When you see visitors, you're supposed to greet them, right?" And that's the first time I greeted Brother George, and we started hanging out mostly often, and I started to like some of his qualities. I said, you know, he was not the gospel. Just to tell you, it was not the gospel that attracted me to Seventh Day Adventist, but it was mostly the act, like the characters, the character that they project in their lives. That was the thing that I was looking for the most. So when I started seeing that George, he does not just preach, but he have a genuine, yeah, he have a genuine gospel. Like the gospel, he's not reading it. He it's in his life. He's living it. So I said, I want what he have. I want this. I want to have the gospel, not just to read it for people, but to project it in my life, so the people around me will see that I have the gospel in my heart, instead of just in my hands flipping the pages, right? So I said, look, I want to learn the Bible. Because in first time I told him I do not want to, so the Bible it's with my mom, me not Bible. Like I don't want to learn about the Bible. But he was telling me about his experiences, things that how he changed, he became a reform movement, and in grade 10 that's when I said, you know, I want to change. I want to be like that. I want to have this character. Yeah, he encourages me to and then I started coming to church. And the first time I came to church, in the church, it was a conference. It was a conference. So he told me, take your best clothes and come. I'll take